You call it a habit, but what happens when you actually try to stop? The porn, the addiction to video games, scrolling, junk food, alcohol, substances, because there becomes a time whenever your habit stops being something that you do and it starts being something that controls you. The question is, who's in control? Are you in control, or does your behavior actually control you? Ask yourself, what habit or addiction is controlling you? Think about it. Dive deep. Sit with it for a second. It's when it gets tough. But you being able to face that dark side to you that you don't want to admit, that's when the real light's going to start to shine, because you recognize it and you're going to let it go. Habits and addictions, they can both control you, but one of them is more productive than others. But I want to go over the specific definitions of each, because it is important to actually have an understanding of the difference, because remember, awareness is key. It's step number one to change. And as soon as you have that awareness of that thing, then you can change it. But you have to ask yourself, am I addicted to it? Is that controlling my life? Or is it simply a habit that I'm just going through my everyday life, just allowing and letting these things control me? And then you have a more positive habit that is actually in alignment with the man that you desire to be and where you are going. I'm going to read off a little bit of a definition for you guys so you better understand the difference between a habit and an addiction. The habit is a repeated behavior that can serve you or hurt you. Addiction, when the behavior or substance becomes increasingly difficult to control despite the consequences. Now, I just want to throw it out there. I am not a doctor. I am not a scientist. I'm not a professional to be giving professional instructions. I'm just sharing with you from my personal experience. I want you to go back and listen to those again, because there is a big difference between the two. However, both of them can both have a detrimental outcome and control you if you're, one, not aware of it, and two, you do not have the ability to have that self-control over your addictions, your habits, things like that. Those things are energetically controlling you. Thus, you do not have control over your own life. Therefore, you cannot lead yourself as a man, nonetheless lead other people, your wife, your girlfriend, your family, and your community, your business, those around you, if you cannot first control yourself. So this is a very important topic. A lot of men, they start making the money, or they've got the beautiful woman, but then their emotions start to get to them. And eventually we're diving into why addictions and habits become what they are. But for right now, we're just going to talk guys being addicted to gambling. Yeah, it might be okay at first, but it gets worse and worse and worse. They don't have that control over it. They might enjoy it, but if they can't control it, they don't have control over that thing. Therefore, it is controlling them, and it can eventually run into their personal life. It can run into their business and just collapse and destroy everything in their life. For instance, a wealthy man doing very well, has a beautiful wife, making lots and lots of money. He can do whatever he wants, and he knows he can do whatever he wants. However, because he knows he can do whatever he wants, a beautiful woman walks into the bar and they hook up for the night, messes up their entire marriage. So, with that being said, I'm not saying it's right or wrong or whatever, indifferent. I'm just saying, if you don't have that ability to recognize and control that emotion, that addiction, that habit, that thing is going to control you, and it can have detrimental outcomes. So whenever it comes to habits and addictions, ask yourself, do you have control of your own habits and addictions? Can you quit like it was yesterday? Do you do it just because you enjoy doing it? Or do you do those things because you have to do it? You feel this energetic drive to do it. You're like, it's uncontrollable. You can't not do it. One thing that I'm really passionate about is helping all of you guys. So I don't want to create these videos to be random videos where you're just listening to it. It's going in one ear, out the other. So I'm going to have little checkpoints in here of personal accountability points where I hold you accountable to get you to stop, think, reflect, and consciously start creating those neural pathways in your dome piece. That's why this channel is so important. It's practical. There's practical application things, accountability exercises that I'm going to have you do, comment, to get you to do things, because one of the most important things for creating changes in your life, yeah, have the vision, have the goal, have the direction, but you got to take the step. By you doing these exercises with me along in this video, that's the first step for you to actually see physical results and have those aha moments and those realizations. With that being said, what is something that you say you can stop anytime, but you've actually never proven it? So here's the point. Men are constantly being surrounded by stimulation, whether it's doom scrolling on social media, pornography, alcohol, drugs. All these different things are stimulants. And I'm sure a lot of you guys know from experience, a lot of these traps, they're not disguised as something bad. They're actually disguised as something good. Remember, not every trap looks destructive. Just because you think you're doing the right thing, but you have no control over it to make conscious decisions and conscious efforts to do something different if it's not in alignment with you and where you're going, then it is controlling you. And some of those things could be work, training, making money, distracting yourself from things that are more important to life, such as your relationship, your family, your community, helping other people. If you're stuck at a computer all the time, you're stuck at the computer all the time. You're not really giving to other people or giving that emotional connection that your wife or your girlfriend truly desires, or the emotional connection that your children desire. You see, even these healthy behaviors, they can be destructive, especially when you're using them to escape something specific in your life. I think we call that suppressing emotions. Some of you do it consciously, some of you do it unconsciously. I'm sure most of you guys don't know. Discipline, yes, it's being able to do something consistently, but discipline is being able to quit when the time is right. Know when to quit, know how to quit, know when to cut the ties, know when to recognize something is being destructive and distracting in your life for more important things, and to be able to let them go, or at least set up constructive boundaries in your life so that you can actually give to other areas of your life that might be more important to you. There are 4 pillars of self-mastery, and the first pillar is physical. So when it comes to habits and addictions, you got to ask yourself, what controls your cravings? Is it food? Is it alcohol? Pornography? Is it working out? Are these things you have to do and you have like an irrational emotion where you just cannot control it and you just physically do these things? The next pillar is mental. What controls your attention? Are you constantly doom scrolling on social media or thinking negative thoughts that are not in alignment with where you are trying to go and to be the man that you are trying to be? Are you more focused on escaping this current moment just to feel a little bit better? Are you afraid to step outside of your comfort zone mentally because you fear something? You fear the unknown. You gotta ask yourself these questions, man. And the third pillar is the emotional side. Ask yourself, what am I escaping? When you're feeling angry, anxious, lonely, what do you immediately reach out for? What are you reaching out for? Because that is what you are trying to fill a specific void with, until you build awareness around this. And I'm here to help bring awareness to you so that you can have awareness in your life. So when these things pop up, you can start changing, you start filling that void. Face it and fill the void with what actually is. And sometimes the behavior is not the problem. I like to drink alcohol. I like doing other things too. I like doing things that might not be the most productive thing, but guess what? It's my intention, it's my reason why behind it. Like, I quit alcohol. I used to have an issue with alcohol years and years ago. It took me 5 years to quit drinking. I went sober for years. And one day I was like, I think I want to start drinking again. And I'll have a glass of wine. I'm not going to get sloshed necessarily, but I'll have a few glasses of wine. I'll take some tequila shots. I will enjoy myself, but I don't feel like I need to quit afterwards. I have that self-control. I know when to quit. And that's what the Conscious Warrior is all about, is having that self-awareness and that discipline to be able to do what they want to do, not what they're being controlled to do by a specific substance or a specific behavior. You are in control of your life, brother, not these things. The fourth pillar is spiritual. What are you serving? Where does your time, attention, and energy actually go? It's easy for you to be like, yeah, I'm on purpose, I'm doing what I love. But at the end of the day, you look back, you're like, dude, I shouldn't have been on YouTube so long, watching Aiden or any of these things. I shouldn't have doom scrolled for like 4 freaking hours. Like, I'll do better tomorrow. It's like, show me where you are putting your energy and your attention towards your purpose. Prove that your purpose is actually important to you. If you guys have made it this far, I appreciate you watching this video. Like, share, subscribe, do all that fancy stuff. We're making men again. Now, the next part of the video is the self-evaluation. This is the actual work, fellas. You hear doing the work, doing the deeper work. This is the work. And guess what? Newsflash, it takes work. Wow, who would have known? I know you guys are looking for answers. That's why you've clicked this video. That's why you've come this far. So I'm here to give you the answers you've been looking for, or at least answers that can get you closer to the answer you've been looking for. So I want to encourage you guys, participate. Here we go. We're going into the self-evaluation. I want you to pick one behavior that you think you control. Then I want you to ask yourself, can I consciously step away from this? What happens inside me when I don't have it? What emotions come up? Do I want it or feel like I need it? Like I won't be able to survive without it? Is this building the man I'm becoming or feeding the man I'm trying to leave behind? I would highly encourage you guys to write down all of those questions and reflect honestly. not coming from a place of ego to be a big macho man or something. Remember, when you can face the truth, when you can face what actually is, not a lie, not an illusion, not a story made up in your brain, you can actually make a change in your life. And you will continue to be a miserable bastard, feeling empty no matter what you do, feeling unfulfilled no matter what you do, until you can face the darkness, the uncomfortable side that is within you, the side that nobody wants to see. You don't even want to see it. But when you can face that side of yourself and have compassion and love yourself for what you are and see and tell yourself, I was just doing the best that I could with what I knew, it's easier to face that darker side of yourself. Thus, recognize it, be honest, and then transmute it and let you go. This process that we're doing is to recognize it, bring to the surface, and transmute that energy, because the energy is being stored in your field, in your body physically, and we are releasing it because they're like counter intentions that are holding you back from being the man you're meant to be and achieving the things that you desire to achieve in your life. If letting go or losing something from your life makes you feel incomplete, I want to encourage you to ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Questions will always lead to the truth. Ask that question. If you lost everything today, how would you feel? If you lost everyone in your life today, how would you feel? Are you emotionally attached? I believe it was the Buddha that said, the root of all suffering is due to attachment, or something along those lines. Are you attached to things? Are you attached to doing things, or attached to accomplishment? If you are attached to it, you are not in control. It is controlling you. Therefore, you don't have control of your life, which is very important for you as a man to be able to lead yourself, your family, your community, your business, and to be a leader in the industry to see the world evolve. Because we all know the world's going to hell in a handbasket real quick. And it takes men like us to become self-aware, to be the conscious warrior and make a difference and be the difference in the world. But if you can't do something as simple as break a habit or be self-aware of certain things that you don't want to be self-aware of, things that you were suppressing, if you can't face those negative aspects of yourself, how are you going to be able to have more responsibility in the world and actually make a change in the world? You change the world by changing yourself first. I can't press how important it is for you to have control over your thoughts, over your physical actions, over your emotions, and over your spiritual essence or spiritual side. If you have habits that control you, or you're just doing these habits leading in the wrong direction, that is destructive. If you have these addictions that are taking your time and energy, these precious resources of yours, and keeping you distracted, which certain individuals want you to be distracted, psyops and things like that, to keep you away from being the man that you're meant to be and keeping you out of your purpose, they are successful. So you guys want to fight the blue helmets and do all this shit, right? This is how you fight back. Master yourself. Master yourself, ask the hard questions, and do the damn work. Brother, appreciate you watching this video. Please help me support this video, support the Conscious Warrior Project, and help me make men men again by liking, subscribing, and comment down below, what do you think the biggest habit or addiction is that men struggle with the most in today's world? I love you guys so much. Talk soon. Peace and love, brother.